staff and gauntlet are whole again. What do I do with them?
Together, they make too tempting a target. Let's separate them until a new Drafa can be called. I'll hold the staff. Stefan, the crown, and Lord Bacaro. Would you guard the gauntlet?
The crown will be safe here in Castle Mornard.
I am honored by your trust. The Society of the Steadfast will protect the gauntlet. Tales of your battle with Archdruid Orlaith are spreading across the archipelago. All who died in the siege of Vestir can rest a little easier now. I will not forget what you've done. Nor will Sir Stefan, I'm sure. He wants to speak with you.
I was sure I was going to die on Iphelon. I'm still trying to sort out what happened. What it all means. Why the... Oh, that can wait for later. It looks like Stefan wants to talk to you.
The season of darkness and wrath ends. What comes next? Hopefully a season of warm sun and gentle rain. We have all shared counsel. Friend Stefan wants your counsel too.
I'm sorry I missed that last battle. At least Archdruid Orlaith is no longer a threat. Good work on that, mate. Sir Stefan wants to talk to you about the Druid regalia. Laurel wants to keep them separated until a new Drafa can be formed.
Friends outside my own kind, that's not something Marima do. But it's refreshing to stand among allies. Don't worry, I plan to be on my way before I wear out my welcome.
You continue to amaze me, friend. Your efforts on Iphelon went beyond the call of a mere mercenary. Thank you. While the Druid circles choose new leaders and the Fire Song regain our trust, it's better that we separate the regalia for now. Tradition demands that together they acknowledge a new Druid king. Since no Druid is ready to make that claim, better that Laurel, Bacaro, and I keep them safe. Galen is at peace. The dread sails have dispersed, the Druid war has ended. Now, I face a new challenge, more intimidating than 1,000 foes. I must take my father's place as Count, leader of my house, steward of Galen, and loyal vassal of High King Emmerich. There are wounds to heal, things to tear down and build anew. Old grievances led to the madness of the Fire Song, the rage of the Ascendant Order. No more. The people of Galen, druids, nobles, and townsfolk alike, are one. I will lead them as such. Thank you for giving me that opportunity, my friend.
Time for a drink then, and a toast to the hero of Galen.
Thank the moons, Zaji was worried you left with the tide. Lady Arabelle sent this one with urgent news. Well, Lady Arabelle doesn't exactly trust Zaji with all the details, but she did impress upon Zaji that she had urgent matters to discuss with you. So, she sent Zaji to find you. Oh, she said, Zaji, I have urgent matters to discuss with our friend. Go find them, dear, and tell them to come talk to me at Mandrake Manor. That's exactly how she said it. Ask Huska, she heard it too. Come to think of it, this must be about the peace talks. Queen Irene and the other leaders are quite annoyed that the talks haven't started yet. Hurry, friend. Go to Mandrake Manor and tell Lady Arabelle that Zaji sent you, just like she asked. No, and Queen Irene grows more annoyed with every rise and fall of the sun. Inactivity pains her. Lord Bacaro keeps delaying, and Lady Arabelle isn't sure what to do. But these are details that Zaji isn't aware of. You should talk to her.
Politics. If there's one thing I hate more than those Ascendant Order bastards, it's politics. Hopefully, between you and Lady Arabelle, we can finish this business. Then Zaji and I can finally turn our full attention to restoring the pounds.
Don't
good
say I
to
didn't
see
warn you.
my dear.
Save the day once and everyone expects you to do it again. But save the day twice? You'll never know a moment's peace. Don't worry, I won't get in your way. I'm officially out of the hero business. For real this time.
I'm glad Zaji found you. Sometimes he actually manages to surprise me. You've already done so much. I hesitate to ask, but Lord Bacaro is reluctant to move forward with the peace talks while the Ascendant Order remains a threat. The Ascendant Lord and his minions are still out there somewhere. Lord Bacaro is hesitant to proceed when an attack could occur at any moment, but I can't keep the Alliance leaders here much longer. Their patience with the situation grows thin. They are a proud and fickle lot, but they have one thing in common, dear. They respect you. Go to the city palace and talk to them. Ask them to remain patient. Then speak to Lord Bacaro. See if you can convince him to let me get things started. Find the Alliance leaders at Gonvalin Palace and convince them to wait just a little longer. After that, look for Lord Bacaro at the city's western docks. He's been there for days, overseeing the Society of the Steadfast Relief efforts for Galen. According to the reports I received, you were there, my dear. You saw firsthand the destruction at Vastir, the rumblings from Iphelon. The Society of the Steadfast is sending aid to the islands as quickly as their ships can make the journey.
They've separated us, have us under constant guard. I feel like a prisoner. And all because Lord Bacaro wants to maintain the sanctity of his peace talks. But I want to hear your news. Where have you been, my friend? Druids and sea elves? Huh. Impressive as always. And have you learned anything more about the Ascendant Order and its mysterious lord? Yes, yes. For a Breton noble, Lady Arabelle seems quite competent. I know my father trusts her, despite her ties to Emmerich and the Covenant. We'll get to it. I can't wait to get out of this room so we can finally start talking.
I used to enjoy my visits to the archipelago. It was a welcome change from the hustle and bustle of my court. But because of the Ascendant Order, I'm practically a prisoner in here. But tell me, what have you been up to? More druidic traitors? I really must have a talk with their elders. And they were working with sea elves. That's not an alliance I would have predicted. But what about the Ascendant Order? Any sign of them or their lord? Aha, Arabelle. She's never failed me yet. Give her whatever help she requires. I haven't spoken to Irene or Ernskar since the celebration. I think I actually miss them. The guards are overly protective of us, and we had practically no contact. No. Lord Bacaro wants the peace talks to occur under controlled conditions. He's worried that if left to our own devices, we'd start another war. And I can't say he's wrong. We're all a bit hot-headed and stubborn, if you hadn't noticed.
Do you bring news, my friend? Is Lord Bacaro ready to summon us so we can finally engage in the discussions of peace? Well, that's something, at least. I swear, though, if something doesn't change soon, I'm going to call for Captain Zaji and return to my own domain. I've been absent long enough as it is. Locked away for my safety is not what I had imagined when I agreed to attend this conference. I'll abide a little longer, but my royal patience is growing quite thin. Go, my friend. End the threat so we can get to the business that brought us here.
Let's get these supplies on board. The people of Galen need our assistance.
I'll take care of things here on High Isle in your absence, Lord Bacaro. May the Society's efforts on Galen bring the people of Vastir some relief.
Ha! The defender of the three thrones and the savior of the sisters. I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time. The Society of the Steadfast is needed in Vastir, and my ship is ready to depart. I decided to oversee the relief efforts personally. Lady Arabelle uses every weapon in her arsenal. I suppose that's why I hired her. But the timing isn't right, my friend. There's too much at stake to risk another setback. Once the most recent threats have been eliminated, then we may begin. I was about to send word to Lady Arabelle. My scouts reported new Ascendant Order activity at the Dufort shipyards. I sent a messenger there to confirm these reports, but they have yet to return. I fear Duchess Alea has fooled us all. After you discovered that her brother was the Ascendant Magus and killed him, Duchess Alea claimed no involvement. She was stoic in her grief and assured me her brother acted without her permission or foreknowledge. Since you're here, if you're still working with Arabelle, then you can look into the validity of this threat. Discover what became of my messenger at the Dufort shipyards. That would ease my mind while I aid Vestir and get us closer to starting the peace talks.
Lady Arabelle has succumbed to some unknown malady. She's upstairs in bed waiting for you. When Sachi and Casca returned, we found Lady Arabelle unconscious on the floor. We got her to bed and sent for Druid Ravana. She can help her, yes? Druids have healing magic, or so Sachi has heard. Upstairs, Fiveclaw. You must go to Lady Arabelle. When Sachi and Casca returned...
I've never seen Lady Arabelle so weak. She's in a bad state. But she's a tough old bird. I know she'll pull through. You should head upstairs and talk to her. Just seeing you will do her a world of good.
Welcome back, dear. And wipe that expression off your face. I'm not dead yet.
Lady Arabelle, I came as quickly as I could when I received Zaji's message. I've done what I can, but you should talk to Lady Arabelle. She won't rest until she explains what happened.
I want to hear all about your conversations with the Alliance leaders and Lord Bakara, dear. But I think we need to deal with the situation I find myself in first, if that's all right with you. Poison, I should think. It has all the usual signs. Right after you left, I received a package. My favorite wine. And a note of congratulations for saving the Alliance leaders. I should have known better than to pour a glass, but here we are. The note was suspiciously vague about that. If I hadn't been tired and thinking about 12 dozen other things, that should have set off a warning bell. Instead, no matter. Tell me, Is Lord Bacaro ready to start the peace talks? How can that be? Duchess Alea assured me she had retaken control of her shipyards. We'll deal with that later. Right now, I need you to figure out where that package came from. Determine who wants me out of the way. Nothing has been touched. Everything is still exactly where I left it. Examine the note and bottle carefully. See if you can trace them back to their origin. And talk to Ravana. She's been working to identify the poison and figure out an antidote. My life is in your hands. More often than you might expect, actually, comes with the territory. I am rather famous, dear. Still, I should have been more careful. I can't afford to make a mistake like that again. People who send expensive gifts usually want to take credit. Just guesses. I suspected the Ascendant Lord, but your news about the Dufort shipyards concerns me. Did we misjudge Duchess Alea? Was she working with her brother? Is she part of the Ascendant Order? We need evidence before we can make an accusation.
Lady Arabelle is fortunate that Zaji sent for me and not one of the Society of the Steadfast's Menders. They wouldn't have been able to counteract the poison. This poison smells slightly of garlic and has all the earmarks of a druidic compound, but its effects remind me of much older recipes. No healer without druidic training would have even recognized some of the ingredients that make up the poison. No. But I have given Lady Arabelle a tincture that will keep her stable and slow down the poison's most deadly effects. I need to return to my workshop, analyze the components, and consult my ancient herbal apothecary. I'm sure I've seen this before. Just what Lady Arabelle asked. Discover where the poisoned wine came from and who sent it. I'll leave more of my tincture with Zaji and give him exact instructions. Then I need to go do research of my own. Meet me at my workshop as soon as you can.
Any distinctive markings on the bottle, dear? You must be my eyes and ears on this, dear. Tell me what you've discovered. Oh, I really hate being so impotent. Ravana tells me her tincture defers the worst effects of the poison, but I still feel weak, like my blood is on fire. Enough of my problems. Tell me what you saw when you examined the note and the bottle. Let me guess. The 571 vintage. I'd be hard-pressed to refuse such an exquisite wine. Ashcroft's Fine Goods and Imports. Only place on the island that might have any bottles available, other than the Duchess's private stores. Go talk to them, dear. Ask for Fillion Ashcroft, the proprietor. He knows me well and keeps a spot in Bayside Artisans here in town. And while Ravana works on an antidote, I'll send Zaji to make sure the Alliance leaders don't accept any mysterious gifts.